Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Clarendon Police investigating sudden death of Detective Inspector. The Clarendon Police have launched an investigation into the sudden death of 51-year-old Detective Inspector Donavan Hutchinson on Saturday. He was found unresponsive about 4:30 p.m. at his home in Longwood District in the parish. Hutchinson was pronounced dead at Mapen Hospital. He was attached to the operations branch. His untimely passing has shocked many in the police force. St. Anne policeman hospitalized after accidental shooting by colleague. A constable from the St. Anne's Bay police station is hospitalized following an alleged accidental shooting by a colleague on Saturday night. The incident reportedly occurred on the AGR Byfield Highway in St. Anne. Around 10 p.m., police signaled the driver of a Toyota Ipsum observed driving recklessly to stop, reports say. When the vehicle stopped, a man with a firearm allegedly exited and opened fire on the police. The cops returned the fire, causing the gunman to flee, while two others in the vehicle were detained. During the exchange, a policeman's gun accidentally discharged, injuring the 29-year-old constable in both legs. He was rushed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. The Police High Command and the Independent Commission of Investigations have launched inquiries into the incident. Teen charged in $33,000 at Portmore burglary faces $6 million bank fraud charges in Portland. Construction worker Antoine Brother Robinson, 18, has been charged with larceny for allegedly breaking into a Gregory Park home in Portmore, St. Catherine, and stealing $33,000 worth of items. Robinson, a construction worker, allegedly broke into a woman's house while she was dropping her son at school on Friday. He reportedly gained entry through a window about 7:20 a.m. Robinson, who lives on Glenville Lane in Gregory Park, was apprehended by citizens and handed over to the St. Catherine South Police. In a separate case in Portland, 3 men have been charged with simple larceny, unauthorized access to an account, and a conspiracy to defraud following an incident at a bank in the parish capital, Port Antonio, between August 20 and August 26. The accused are 35-year-old mechanic Dwayne Depo Campbell, 27-year-old Davian Darky Brown, and the 27-year-old taxi operator Omer Shea Weber. The police allege that a woman claiming to be an account holder contacted the bank and requested money to be transferred from her personal account to 5 other account holders who are also members of the bank. The money, amounting to $5.7 million, was later withdrawn from the account. An investigation was launched, and Campbell, Brown, and Weber were later arrested. $2 million ganja seizure in Runaway Bay, woman among those arrested. Detectives assigned to the St. Anne Police Division seized 200 pounds of compressed ganja valued at $2 million during a targeted raid at a dwelling in Runaway Bay, St. Anne on Friday, September 6. Reports from the police are that between 4:45 p.m. and 7 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched. During the search, the ganja was found in one of the bedrooms. 3 men and 1 woman were arrested in relation to this seizure. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Kiddie charged with murder of taxi operator. A 22-year-old man is facing murder charges in connection with the January 2023 shooting death of a 35-year-old taxi operator. Detectives assigned to the Kingston East Police Division have charged Kemani Jones, otherwise known as a Kiddie, a construction worker of Bubba Hill 9 miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew, in relation to the murder of 33-year-old Leon Lindsay of Taylorland 9 miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew. In addition to the murder charge, Jones was slapped with charges of using a firearm to commit a felony, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and a conspiracy to commit murder. Reports are that at about 11:30 p.m., the now deceased was inside his motorcar at the above-mentioned location when Jones and another man, armed with firearms, approached him, and opened a gunfire before fleeing the scene. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Lindsay was seen lying on the ground in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was transported to hospital where his death was confirmed. The matter was reported to the police, and following an investigation, a targeted operation was conducted at a premises in Bubba Hill in the parish where Jones was arrested. He was charged on September 6 after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date is being finalized. 22-year-old security guard charged with co-worker's murder. A 22-year-old Clarendon man has been charged with the November 2023 murder of his co-worker. Charged is 22-year-old Orlando Gale, otherwise called Orlando, a security guard of Front Crescent. He is a Maypen in Clarendon. He is implicated in the stabbing death of 22-year-old Ainsley Hall, also a security guard. Reports from the Maypen police are that about 7:10 a.m. on the above-mentioned date, Hall and Gale, who were both employed to the same company, were both at the barracks when a physical altercation developed between them. Gale reportedly used a knife to stab Hall several times to his upper body before fleeing the scene. The police were summoned, and Hall was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Gale was later arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. PNP supporters in Trelawney Northern mourn passing of councillor caretaker. Supporters of the People's National Party have been plunged into mourning following Sunday morning's passing of Charles Wilson, popularly called the Sweatsuit, the party's councillor caretaker for the Sherwood Content Division in Trelawney Northern. His death was confirmed by Dennis Meadows, the PNP's Trelawney Northern constituency chairman. Wilson was reportedly admitted at hospital recently after battling a brief illness. He failed in his bid to unseat the Jamaica Labour Party's Dunstan Harper in the February local government election in the Sherwood Content Division. Police identified the 3 killed in Brunswick Avenue taxi truck crash. The police have identified the 3 victims of Saturday's fatal taxi truck crash on Brunswick Avenue, St. Catherine. They are 73-year-old taxi operator Cecil Kemp of Thompson Pen, Patsy Bagaloo Gaynor of Winters Pen, and the 17-year-old student Jamelia Wallace of Bendon District in Kitson, all communities in the parish. The police report that about 3:30 p.m., Kemp was driving the 2011 Nissan AD wagon with Bagaloo Gaynor and Wallace aboard when it rear-ended the international truck that had stopped at a traffic light near McCoy's Land. Kemp and the Bagaloo Gaynor died on the spot, while Wallace succumbed to her injuries at the Spanish Town Hospital. The St. Catherine North Traffic Department is investigating. The crash occurred less than 24 hours after firefighter Shane Nelson died in a collision in the Brunswick Avenue area. Firefighting hazards highlighted in Spanish Town. There is to be a review of the method of approval for buildings by the St. Catherine Fire Department after firefighters encountered difficulties extinguishing a blaze at a commercial building on Yonge Street in Spanish Town earlier this week. The massive blaze started shortly before 4 p.m. on Thursday and was not brought under control until about 3 o'clock Friday morning. As part of the building approval process, the Jamaica Fire Brigade is responsible for inspections to ensure conformity with fire prevention regulations. Dennis Lyon, Acting Assistant Commissioner in charge of the Jamaica Fire Brigade's Area 3, lamented that the firefighters had difficulty accessing a warehouse situated below ground under the 3-story building. Mr. Lyon is questioning under whose authority the warehouse was approved. Electronics and other items which were stored in the warehouse burned for hours. Mr. Lyon has vowed to hold discussions with the fire prevention team and the stakeholders at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. He disclosed the lack of fire hydrants on Yonge Street is also a concern, with fire units having to be refilled some distance away on Marchpen Road. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.